Welcome to the Escape the System channel. I'm Joe Barnes, author of the books The Rebel Code and Escape the System. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 4 different beliefs that can help you overcome depression. Now, it's often the case with our beliefs that if we have negative ones, they can really shrink the size of our world. It can just make us feel that there's very little opportunities for us to enjoy our life. They can make us feel trapped. And that's why it's so important you take a look at your beliefs when it comes to overcoming depression. Now, with these 4 beliefs, my recommendation is that you just repeat them on a daily basis. That's all you have to do. Repeat them over and over again. And once you start to believe them, once your mind accepts them and believes them, you'll begin to see evidence of them being true. Once you get to this stage, it's going to become very hard for you to feel depressed again. So, without further ado, let's begin with the first of the 4 beliefs to help you overcome depression. Okay, so the first belief is, I can do it. Most people who feel depressed feel that they're living in a helpless situation or that they're the victim of a chemical imbalance. They believe there's not much they can do about their life. Simply by repeating, I can do it, you give yourself the idea, you're implanting the idea in your subconscious mind that there is a possibility that you can actually be successful at doing whatever it is you might want to do. So it could be something as simple as getting out of bed in the morning, or you might want to repeat this belief before an important phone call you're going to make to secure some new business or get a client. You might want to repeat this belief before you play an important match or contest or give a speech or a presentation. It's not the case that you're never going to fail again, but what it does is it unlocks the possibility in your mind, the almost endless possibilities and potential that you have. At present, if you are depressed and you believe that there's very little you can do about your situation, you believe there's very little potential that you have in yourself, you're simply shutting yourself down. By saying to yourself, I can do it, you're unlocking the possibility that there might be some potential there inside you that can make progress. So repeat this every single day and notice the changes that begin to occur. So the second belief that you want to adopt is that the world is full of opportunity. Most people who are depressed feel that life is very small and there are very limited opportunities for what they can do. Reality is dull, repetitive, and nothing ever exciting or new really occurs. Now, while I would agree that this is the case with the societies we live in, but the world in which we live is very different. So you've got to make a distinction between the society you live in and the world you live in. The world is much larger and it's full of exciting and interesting people to meet, amazing places to visit, opportunities for doing meaningful and inspiring work. All of those are around, but if you have the belief that life is dull and that there are very little opportunities, you're not going to see any of that. That's why you've got to start repeating this belief that the world is full of opportunity. Over a period of time, maybe a few weeks or months, when your perspective shifts, you'll then begin to see everything around you that is actually truly an opportunity. You might start to notice things online. You might start to meet people who can point you in the right direction of things that correspond to your new belief. Also, ideas are just going to pop into your head, presented to you by your subconscious mind for things that you can do and inspiring things that you can be involved in. So when you shift this belief, it's a real game changer. The third belief you need to help you overcome depression is that there's a solution to every problem. Now, every person, whether they're depressed or not, is going to experience problems throughout their life. However, the depressed person is going to view these problems as fixed and insurmountable. So if you've got something wrong, which is a personal issue, or there's a difficult circumstance that you can't seem to break free of, it's very easy to get down about it because you feel like there's nothing you can do. However, what you've got to understand is that this isn't the truth. Human history is one of people being able to solve problems. Think about it. We once used to live in caves, but these were cold and damp, and that they presented their own problems. So we came up with a solution of houses. We once had a problem with diseases. We still do, but we used to be far greater. Our life expectancy was probably half or even less than that of what it is now. And then we invented the solution of medicine and understanding hygiene and finding better ways to preserve ourselves and maintain our health. Even a problem in that we are limited by our bodies in terms of what we can do and where we can go, to some degree has been solved. If you think about it, transport, we invented cars, we invented planes. Now we can cross the globe in a matter of hours or a day, whereas before we couldn't even travel to the nearest village in that space of time. So humans are always coming up with solutions to problems. So it's not true that your problems are insurmountable and you can't deal with them. You just simply need to tell yourself that there's a solution to every problem. Keep repeating this belief. You'll be amazed to find that your subconscious mind starts to present you with solutions to your problem. Either an idea will come into your head for something that you can try out, or you might meet somebody who can point you in the right direction of you finding a solution. The final belief you need to overcome depression is, I'm always learning and growing stronger. When you feel depressed, you feel that there's so much you can't do. You focus on the fact that you feel inadequate or incomplete, or that in some way you're hopeless or useless. But you've got to remember this really isn't the truth, and you don't need to focus on being perfect. It's okay if you screw up. It's okay if you make mistakes. You've got to give yourself a bit of leeway and forgiveness when those things happen. You also need to shift your focus. You need to move your focus away from all of the ways in which you feel inadequate and onto all of the things and the ways in which you can improve. Even if they're just really small things. Think about how you can grow physically. Think about new things you can learn. Think about the new skills you can develop. Become a student of your life. Begin to eliminate your mistakes one by one, and you'll be amazed at how much you can learn and grow. So by having this belief that you're always learning and getting stronger, you're focusing on what you can actually do rather than your mistakes. And of course, you're going to say, well, I'm getting older, I'm not getting stronger, I'm getting older, I'm getting weaker. And yes, to some degree we do age and our bodies become a bit weaker, but you can more than make up for that through experience and the life lessons you've learned. So this idea and belief that you're always learning and getting stronger is in fact true. And once you apply it, you're going to realize that your focus is shifted from what you can't do to what you can do. And you're going to continue to get stronger, and you're going to leave those depressed days behind and in the past.